Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Welcome back. So yesterday I got a coupon from Ulta saying that it's time for the 20% off at Ulta. I don't know if everybody got it, but I know a lot of people did. I saw Trend Mood talking about it as well. So I only need a couple things and I haven't actually made it there yet. But what I thought I would do today is talk about a few of the things, maybe more than a few of the things that I use every single day, so my sort of go-to dailies that you can get at Ulta. So if you're interested in any of these things, this is a great time for you guys to pick them up because you'll get 20% off. I looked at the coupon, it looked like a few brands were excluded, but I don't think anything in here was specifically excluded. So I'm gonna jump right in and get started. I'm gonna start with hair, and I'm going to talk about a few things, I think all of which I've probably mentioned before, except the hairspray, or except the shampoo. So I tried this, what I think might be a new formula to Pureology for shampoo and conditioner, and I have to say that I am loving it. So this is the Pureology Hydrate, but it's the sheer version, which I think is new. It says sheer on it. They've always made this hydrate version, but this is a lighter weight sort of version of that. It's silicone free, which I don't believe the other one is. So it has this sort of, it says light, airy feel. I love this. And it's made for fine hair, fine, dry, color treated hair. And you know, I do have a lot of hair, but the texture of my hair is very fine. So when I use hydrating shampoos, if they're too heavy, my hair can be limp and lifeless and that kind of thing. This I fell in love with as soon as I used it. So it's my new sort of go-to, but it's the one that says sheer, hydrate sheer, because there's a regular hydrate formula. And I didn't see any of the other formulas in a sheer version, just this one. I think it's fantastic. I'm using the shampoo and the conditioner, and I am loving it. So I highly recommend this. And I do love the Pureology line, and it is also great for color treated hair. So it's not going to strip any color, it's going to take care of your blonde, things aren't going to get brassy, that kind of thing. Love it. I've talked about this a lot lately, but you can buy Redken products at Ulta. This is the Guts 10 Root Lifter. A day does not go by where I don't use this. This is my go-to root lifter now. I love it. I've talked about it, enough said. And then my go-to hairspray right now, which I have talked about a couple times, is the Aquage finishing spray. I very much like this. It says ultra firm hold. No, I would not call this ultra firm hold. I don't like a firm hold hairspray. You know, you can see my hair still has quite a bit of movement. So I would say it's sort of a medium hold hairspray, maybe a little lighter than that, but it's great at humidity control too. So the Aquage products, they also sell at Ulta, and I love this hairspray. Okay, they sell Smashbox products there. This is a go-to for me for sure. This is the Photo Finish, Smashbox Photo Finish Light Primer, which is smoothing and blurring, but it's a lightweight one, so it doesn't have that. For those of you who have tried the other Smashbox primers that are super silicone-y slick, this one is not like that. The light version is not like that. I'm trying to see if it's silicone free. It says for oily or combination skin, smooth over clean moisturized skin. I know that my skin is not oily, but I do get oil in my T-zone, and I do love this. And it is enough sort of smoothing when my pores are, you know, in pretty good shape. On the daily, pretty much this is my favorite. I do sometimes use a Makeup Forever one when I feel like I really need some pore control. Water-based and oil-free, it says, blurs and creates soft focus finish. I don't know if it's silicone-free, but it doesn't have that slicky silicone feel to it as much as a lot of their other ones is. So super light, love it. Yeah. Okay, where are we going next? I'm going to talk about a couple MAC products because I love MAC products, and you can buy them at Ulta now if you didn't know that. My all-time favorite blush, you'll see I have this on almost every single day, and this is MAC New Romance. This is the mineralized blush in New Romance. I did find a new one, so thanks for everybody who was telling me where. It does seem to be back at most places. I I didn't specifically check Ulta today, but I would check Ulta. If you can't find New Romance, this is my favorite blush formula, this MAC Mineralized, because it gives a little bit of a sheen, and it's super lightweight on the skin, so it never makes the skin look powdery or cakey. Love, love this. I also use the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. This is the on my lower lashes every day. This is the one, I've talked about this before, with the really skinny brush. You can use this on your top lashes too. I prefer it just on the bottom. It makes it really easy to get just a little color on my bottom lashes without, you know, getting mascara everywhere. I don't prefer it for the top lash, but it's a great everyday mascara for the top lash. I like something a little more volumizing for my top lash, but you can get MAC products. So any of your MAC products that you love, you can get them there as well. And I didn't see them specifically excluded from my coupon, so I do think they are included. Okay. I use this all the time too. Tarte Maneater palette. Love this palette. You know, this is a fairly affordable palette at $29, and if you can get 20% off, it's a good one. It's a good warm neutral palette. Super easy to travel with. I love this palette for the price point. Awesome. And the formula is really, really good. Okay. My favorite bronzer, and this is a new one. I just bought a new one because I went through one, is by NARS. I was going to say I don't like, but I like this version better than the original, and this is the Sun Wash. What is this thing called? Sun Wash Bronzer in Laguna. So Diffuse Sun Wash Bronzer. It's the one that, you know, has a little bit of, it's like a gelée formula. This does have a little bit of sheen to it. Not as much as you think. Maybe you'll see it there. But with my bronzer, I don't mind a little sheen. And it's on the warm side, but it doesn't have that muddy look to it. There it is. In this version, the diffused sun wash version of the bronzer, it's much more fair on the skin. So Laguna works perfectly for me, even with my light skin tone. What I will say, when you work with a version like this, like a gelée version, you need a little stiffer brush. So I use, you know, a stiffer Wayne Goss brush to work it onto the brush, just so you can pick up a little bit more. But I went through a whole one of these already and just bought a new one before the 20% off sale, of course. But I love some NARS products. This is my all-time favorite bronzer. I use it almost every day just because it's easy. I know it's going to work for me. It looks pretty. It has a little bit of a sheen, but not too much of a sheen. I don't really use my bronzer to, you know, do a super contour. If I was going to contour with something, I would not choose that. But on the daily basis, I don't really contour my face. So this works for me on a daily basis. I love it. Okay, I'm going to talk about, for those of you who don't know, they're also now selling Estee Lauder products at Ulta. Ulta has become sort of the place where you can get almost everything. And I have talked about this before. This is the Double Wear Powder Foundation. And I can use this as a powder foundation. I don't tend to go to powder foundations all that often unless I just want to do something really quick. But I do like to use this just to finish my face or to set my foundation. And if I'm going to use it to set, I just use a really big brush and I just kind of press it in there, because this is a powder foundation. And so over a foundation, it's going to be too much for me. But I just take this, a big brush, and just kind of press it around, and it just helps to set the foundation. It adds just a hint of extra coverage, and it just, I don't know, it just makes everything look perfectly smooth without much work. So I do love this, but I would use it with a big brush like this and just kind of press it, because you don't want to overload this over a foundation. You could use it with a heavier brush if you're going to wear it as your foundation, and I do like it that way, but I don't wear it that way very often, mostly just to sort of set my makeup. Love it. But they have all the Estee Lauder products, most of them online. So if you didn't know that, go look, because you, like your regular Double Wear liquid, you can get there now, and you know it's 20% off. So good deal. Let's talk about lips. This is one of my favorite lip combos. This is probably my favorite peach nude lipstick, and it is by Smashbox again. And it is, the color is Famous, but I'm trying to find the formula. Legendary Lipstick in Famous. So Smashbox Legendary Lipstick in Famous. It is a perfect, you know, just peachy nude. I love it. And the formula is thick enough that it gives you really good coverage over your lips. It's creamy though, but not so creamy that it's not going to stay. So I love it. It doesn't seem to settle in lines or anything. It's not a high shine. It just has, you know, it's just a cream formula, but it's not matte. And then over it, when I'm wearing something over it, which I did today because I wanted to show this, this is the Buxom Celeste, which is one of my all-time favorite lip glosses. It's a little bit plumping. It goes beautifully over anything. It's just kind of like a peachy, sparkly nude. It's just peachy, sparkly, clear. I'll just swatch it next to. So here it is, clear. But it's pretty just on its own as well. But I love it over a nice, you know, peachy nude if I want a little bit of glow to my lips. And because this is a little bit plumping, not like the City Lips, but this is a little bit plumping, I like that as well. I also think when I put lip gloss on that's a little bit minty like this one is, it tends to keep me from wanting to snack too. So there's another little trick for you. When I have something minty on it, it's sort of like I just brushed my teeth and I don't want to necessarily snack on something. So I love that. I will say if you are getting Estee Lauder, do I have my Lauder one here? Estee Lauder makes my other favorite, do I have it right here? I don't. It's downstairs. My other favorite sort of glossy gloss in this color. Let me go get that. I wasn't going to go get it, but this is such a fabulous gloss as well. So this is in the color Shameless Glow number 210 by Estee Lauder. And this is a beautiful lip gloss too. It's again like just a sheer wash of color. Super, super shimmery, which I love. I don't even know if you're going to be able to see it. It has a little less color. Let me swatch it next to the Celeste. It has a little, it's a little maybe, no, maybe not. So this is the Estee Lauder, and then this is the Celeste. So they're very close. You can see this has a little less color, and it's not plumping. So if you don't like that mintiness of this, you should try this one. It gives that perfect, just sort of sparkly something on your lips. I like a little sparkly on my lips. Not everybody does, but I do. And I love this. It took me a long time to find a color I loved, but this sheer glow, hopefully they still make it, because it's a fave for me for sure. And I'm pretty sure you can get the glosses at Ulta as well. I think Ulta doesn't sell the entire Estee Lauder line, although my Ulta has a lot of it, I have to say. I don't think I've looked for some, maybe on the skincare side there's some things they don't have, but my Ulta has a lot of it. And then the other thing I was going to talk about is brushes. So Ulta sells IT Cosmetic brushes. These are some of my favorite synthetic brushes. They're beautiful. This one is IT brushes. This is one of the Live Beautifully brushes. This is the ones they make for Ulta. This is a great brush for foundation, or I love this also for cream blushes because you can just kind of press them on. It works for so many things, buffing and mineral foundation. The IT brushes are very well made. I love so many of them, and you can get them at 20% off right now. I also think the Smashbox brushes are very, very good. This is one of my favorite crease brushes. I reach for this almost every day. And you guys know I am a huge fan of Japanese brushes. I have the Goss brushes, I have Hakuhodo, I have Suku, I have Tom Ford in there. I have some Sonia G in there. And when I reach to blend, like my shadow, my crease, this is the one I always reach for. And it's the Smashbox, what does that say? Crease brush. It's just called their crease brush. But and I don't like it for putting stuff in the crease. I like it for blending because it's kind of fat. up here, so it's not pointed for getting stuff in the crease, but for buffing and blending everything, it's like the perfect brush. I just love it. Love it. So there are so many things I could talk about that you could get at Ulta, but I thought today I would focus on the things that I use almost every single day. And all of the items I shared today, I use honestly almost every single day. So these are definite favorites for me and things that, you know, I think are good enough that I use them almost every day. The only thing that I talked about in here that maybe I don't use every single day is Man Eater, and that's just because I have so many eye palettes, but this is a really good one. You could also get the MAC Art Library one that you guys know I love. The NARS one I just bought. If you have the 20% off coupon, I think NARS is included in all that. I didn't see them specifically excluded on my coupon. So lots of really great things you can get at Ulta nowadays and at 20% off. I'm guessing that they're doing the 20% off thing for people because they're trying to, you know, the Sephora 15% off thing is coming, and why not get 20 instead of 15? So hopefully you guys found this helpful. If you have other things that you always use on the daily basis that we can get at Ulta, please share them in the comments below to help everyone out, help remind us of all the great things we could get. My coupon says it goes until the 18th of April and that it's already in progress. So I'm going to try not to wait too long to order just because I don't want things to run out, but I don't need a whole lot. I think I'm going to get just a couple of things. I'm not going to restock. I can always, there'll always be another
sorry
coupon,
about that,
the phone was ringing. Anyway, hopefully you guys found this helpful. That is it for today. I hope everybody has a fantastic day, and I will talk to you all again soon.